Hello everyone, welcome to another video. We start this one off on the good old M25 again. As you can see, we're half a mile away from the junction, the A3 junction. And at the moment there's roadworks there and it's horrible. There's a slip road there that you should be in. This one here wants the slip road, so why it's in the outside lane still, I do not know. Maybe because it's a German car and that's what they do. So there it goes, it overtakes me and it is still looking to go a little bit further down the road. Even though we've just gone past the half a mile mark and it's still looking to go even further. But it suddenly realises, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that. I better come into my braking distance, makes me slow down, makes everybody else behind me slow down, and it's going to do the same for the inside lane as well, lane 1. Now a lot of you people that do lots and lots of motorway driving will know this already, but it's these sort of people that cause the traffic jams on motorways before the junction. There's always traffic on a busy junction after the junction, but before it, it's people like this. This is not a mistake, by the way. They're not in the wrong lane by mistake. This is done on purpose because they're selfish individuals. Now, you ever been on a motorway where there's heavy traffic and then all of a sudden it goes really fast, then it goes really slow again, then it goes really fast, and there's nothing there? There's no roadworks, there's no accident. It's because of people like this. These are the people that do that. You get 3 or 4 of these on one road, and that's what that causes. It causes what I call the ripple effect, and it just ripples back all the way down the motorway. Needs more than one car to do it, obviously. 3 or 4 of them on the same junction, and that's what you get. Heavy traffic. So we go back to the front camera now, and we're looking at this guy now in the van. Now, he takes advantage of the slip road going faster than the M25. And on this particular junction, that is very, very unusual. It's normally the M25, when you get this close to the junction, that's always faster. But on this occasion, for some strange reason, that's moving faster. And as you'll see him undertake in a minute down the slip road, which is perfectly legal, by the way, undertaking on a slip road. There he goes. But he pulls out. So he didn't want the slip road as well. So we've moved further on down the motorway, down the M25, where I noticed something else. We're looking at the coach. This coach over here. Now I noticed that he comes onto the motorway, he's indicating, which is good. Gets a little bit too close to that HGV, mind you, but he's got his arm out the window. Now not just the elbow, we all have our elbows out the window, but he's got his hand out of the window. Now, people may think, oh, big deal, but he's got potentially 50 odd people on that coach, and he's just pulled out onto the motorway with one hand on the steering wheel and limited fingers on that steering wheel because he actually indicated. There he goes again, indicates, and that arm is still out there, so he's got less than his whole hand on that steering wheel. People may think that's a little thing, but is it? I don't know. Why do you have to have your arm out the window like that? I've been driving many years and never wanted to put my arm out the window. My elbow, when it's leaning on it, but it's always, my hands have always been on the steering wheel, but my elbow might be out the window. It's a bit different. Am I wrong in this? Is there a desire to actually put your arm out the window while you're driving? Obviously now he's indicated back in, still with his arm out the window. And obviously I thought that was really badly pulled in there. He's too close to the HGV and there was a junction coming on. But there's his little fat fingers. Maybe he's showing everyone off his little bracelet. Maybe that's what he wants us to do. Show people his bracelet. So when we get far enough past, I'll move over. Oh, don't panic everyone, he's wearing a high-vis jacket. That will save the day. That will save everyone on that coach and everyone on the M25. He's wearing a high-vis jacket. Never mind that he's only steering with 3 fingers and a thumb. Now he pulls over again, indicates again, still with his arm out the window. And now we're looking at the van in front of him. Just watch how close he gets to that van. And you'll see in a minute, for no reason whatsoever, he's getting closer and closer to that van. The inside lane is a slip road. And guess what? He actually wants that slip road. So there's no point in him getting right up the arse of that van. I don't understand it at all. Why would you get that close when you don't even want that lane? Well, there's no reason to get that close anyway. Now, in the outside lane there, you'll see a unmarked police car tearing up the outside lane. As the coach moves over to the slip road, what it wants, you'll see this police car in a minute come right across all the traffic in front of the coach. Now, I personally think the coach has seen that police car. I don't think it's a coincidence because look, old Fatty Fingers now has got both hands on the steering wheel. Am I reading too much into that? I don't think so. I think he saw it and just started to behave. So moving on further down the motorway, it's 40 miles an hour. Obviously there's a slip road to my left hand side, so we're all pretty much doing 40 miles an hour. And as we go to the rear camera, you need to keep an eye on the white Kia behind me. Always a Kia. Now there is a gap in front of me, I'll give you that, but that doesn't mean that he can do this. And it doesn't mean that he can break the speed limit by doing this. Now about 2 or 3 videos ago, I was absolutely slated in the comments section about me saying that you shouldn't be riding free abreast. If you're on a bicycle, you shouldn't be riding free abreast. Now, it does recommend, it's a recommendation that you ride, or you can ride, 2 abreast. Now, if it was a recommendation in there for 3 or 4, it would be in the highway code saying 3 or 4. Now, this is a bit blurry because I've had to zoom, but there's 7. 7 of them riding across 2 lanes. Do you think that's in the highway code? It is in the highway code actually, about being considerate to other road users. You must be considerate to other road users, which they definitely are not. It's nothing to do with 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7, or how big the gang is down the road. They're not being very considerate to other road users. And I've had people say, I'm going to stop subscribing to your channel because you keep picking on cyclists. Well, look at my videos. They're of everything. Anyone that does anything stupid is in my videos. It's not just cyclists. If they're going to keep doing something stupid, they will be in my videos though. Okay, rant over. It's time for a clip from the Mad Mile. It's called the Mad Mile for 2 very good reasons. It's a mile and people do mad things on it, like have a bit of a race. Like this little Porsche behind me, an electric Porsche. Don't see many of them. Another thing that's on my channel quite a bit is the merge in turn, or the lack of merge in turns. I know up here this road goes from 2 lanes to 1 lane, but you're supposed to use the whole road. Now, I'm already clocking things here before I get here. Now I know that that's my spot there. If that car in front of me beats the van away, I should be in there. If he doesn't beat the van away, and it's not a race by the way, if he doesn't beat the van away, I should be in there and he would be behind the van. That's the way it's supposed to work. You, me, you, me, you, me. It's not hard. But I've seen this car here. Now, I know that that car is not going to appreciate me getting in front of it and thinks that I'm going to be jumping, which I'm not. It's called a merge in turn. So I will end up being back there, even though I should be in front of the BMW if you do it correctly. And yes, I know I'm massively stereotyping on BMWs, but there's a reason for it. It happens all the time. And not only do I stereotype the cars, I stereotype the person. And I've already looked at the person inside that car. It's a woman. She's dripping with gold. She looks like Mr. T, but a female version of Mr. T. So I just get the feeling that the chav will not let me in. So we'll speed it up a little bit now until it goes to a green light. And you'll see what I mean. So the car doesn't beat the van away. So it's got to get in front of that Prius, which it does. The Prius leaves a big enough gap and it gets in there. Now I should be coming in behind the Prius, but I can't. And here's why. Mrs. T here decides to block me off. Done totally on purpose. Notice how everyone else gets it right behind me as well. But only one person doesn't know how to merge in turn. Mrs. T, which makes it worse because she actually done it on purpose to block me off. Now sometimes merging turns do actually work, and sometimes BMW drivers do actually behave themselves and drive the way they're supposed to. As we go past these lights here, and actually an Audi, to mention the Audi next to me there, is not blocking off the car in front. As well as it goes into 1 lane here, the merge in turn works well, and it also works well behind me. There's the BMW to my left hand side, and it did have an opportunity to put its foot down and block me off like Mrs. T did back there, but it decides not to. And how much time did it actually lose by doing that, by just easing off the accelerator and coming in behind me there? It's simple, isn't it? It's driving made simple. Shame Mrs. T couldn't do it. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.